Worcestershire's Alan Richardson was back on song again with another 5-wicket haul as the country's bottom county in the LV County Championship tried to take control of their latest match on day 1 in Canterbury against Kent. Daryl Mitchell won the toss and asked Kent to have a go first with the bat, and the way that Sam Northeast in particular and Rob Key played the first 10 overs of the match, that looked as if it might be a decision which would backfire. Northeast has struggled for runs this summer, and so he would have been pleased with this start. But that's all it was, a start, and before long Worcestershire and Richardson were amongst the wickets. On 8, Key left the ball from Richardson alone. It looked to be the correct thing to do until it came darting back onto the stumps. Richardson was getting the ball to do all sorts. More movement saw it catch the edge of Brendan Nash's bat, with Mitchell clinging on in the slips. 2 balls later and it was 3 for the 38-year-old as Mike Powell fended to gully where Alexei Kavesi parried the ball into the hands of Mitchell. Only Northeast was coping with the moving ball. Kent slipped to 61 for 4 when Ben Harmison, back in the side, mistimed his shot and was caught well by Richardson at mid-wicket. Gareth Andrew also got onto the wicket-taking column to reduce Kent to 64 for 5, 20 minutes before lunch. Darren Stevens seemingly beaten for pace and going LBW. The morning was turning out to be similar to the Yorkshire Bank 40 game played at this ground a couple of nights before. Geraint Jones now joined Northeast, who was still there, and they took their team through to a much-needed lunch. What a mess the home side would have been in had it not been for Northeast. When he struck his 8th 4 to get to his first 50 of the summer, he had 52 of the 89 runs on the board. In spite of all that had gone on around him, he still reached his half-century from 97 deliveries. The fighting work done by him and Jones was undone as Kent now lost 3 more wickets in the space of 7 deliveries. On 16, Jones was bowled by a good one from Andrew, who then trapped James Treadwell, Kent's hero with the bat on Wednesday night, right in front. And when Northeast nicked the returning Richardson behind on 52, Kent were looking at being dismissed before posting 3 figures. They were on 94 for 8 when Mark Davis came in to join Matt Coles. Davis was a revelation. While all others, save Northeast, had been unable to cope with the Worcestershire attack, Davis opened up and played some cracking shots. It came from nowhere, really. Not used to making many even half-decent scores in his career, Davis now looks as if he could have come from the top of the order rather than from the bottom of it. Davis and Coles added 43 in 10 overs before Jack Shantry struck again. His odd action can help the ball swing, and some late swing had Coles LBW for 21. With Charlie Schreck now holding up one end, Davis went for his shots at the other. Here he planted a perfectly good delivery from Shantry over the ropes. But such hitting was bound to lead to his downfall. An enormous swish off Richardson carried the ball high into the sky before Moeen Ali clung on. Davis made 40 out of his side's 159 all out, in which Richardson claimed 5 for 41, the 19th 5-wicket haul of his long career. The pitch must have played a role as Worcestershire lost their first wicket in the 4th over of their reply. Matt Pardo beaten by an in-swinger from Schreck to go leg before. It looks as if it might just be one of those days when wickets continue to tumble throughout, although Mitchell and Ali did stop the rot over the next 10 overs in adding 30. But then Mitchell was another LBW victim, this time to Davis. He departed with 8 runs to his name. Davis, having a wonderful afternoon, then hit the pads again, only for the ball to roll on to Tilan Samarawira's stumps. He was gone for 2 at 34 for 3. And there was still bags of time left in the day for Kent to bring themselves right back into this contest and perhaps even contemplate a first innings lead. Finally, at the 14th time of asking, we did get something of a partnership as Ali and Kavesi got together. Ali has been a consistent performer with the bat this summer without going on to make a really telling score, while Kavesi just needs runs to increase his confidence. He came into this innings with only 59 runs from 6 first-class knocks. For Ali, this was his 4th 50 of the summer to date, and it was a very impressive one given everything that had gone on throughout the day. He did it the hard way with an all-run 4, the kind of thing which puts me out of breath just watching it. He'd also hit 6 boundaries in a 50 which had come off 86 deliveries. His one problem this season has been converting these good starts into something which can change a match. Although this was his fourth half-century, Ali's top score thus far has been 78. And 2 balls later, that trend continued as Ali threw his wicket away, chasing a wide ball from Coles and edging it behind to Jones. He went for 54, made out of a total of 104 for 4. And what made it worse for him was that after 11 more deliveries, the umpires decided that the light wasn't good enough and they took the players off for a final time, as it turned out. Worcestershire still have Kavesi at the crease on 29, and he'll look to bat on for some while on the second day, on which his side will resume on 105 for 4, 54 runs behind.